And a very pleasant Thursday evening once again, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Mark Henderson here from the Weather Hub. An eventful evening continues. I guess if there's one piece of good news to pass along here on this Thursday evening, it's that the severe weather threat may be calming down just a little bit. In fact, as of right now, we don't have any active severe thunderstorm warnings presently in effect. This is the latest radar imagery minus the radar, but we obviously have a bigger story on our hands here. Widespread flash flood concerns basically across the entire central third of the viewing area, or maybe even the central half, basically the northernmost two tiers of counties here in northern Illinois. Up in southern Wisconsin, it's a much quieter picture. Go south of the I-88 corridor, it's a much quieter picture here as well. But you can see all of these areas that are highlighted in green, or rather outlined in green. Those are where flash flood warnings are in effect. Now, at the very least, the one over central and northern Winnebago County, that is going to go until about midnight here tonight. The one for central and southern portions of Winnebago County, also the one covering most of Ogle County, one covering western Joe Davis County, that's going to go until midnight. Then you're going to go until 1, 2 o'clock in the morning for folks in Stevenson County, eastern Joe Davis County, and also portions of Carroll and northern Whiteside counties. Those will go till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So we've got, or maybe even 3 o'clock in the morning. So we've got a long ways to go. And as we pop the radar on top of this, you'll see why. Here is the latest radar picture. As we throw the radar on, we still have quite a bit in the way of rainfall showing up across a good chunk of northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin. Let's see here. Let's throw it back on right there. There we go. Rain basically covering much of all northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin. Now, as you look off to the west, there is a little bit of a break in the action as you go into eastern Iowa. My concern, though, is we might see some backbuilding of this rainfall, and so we may further supplement this with additional rainfall here as we move forward. It's good to see breaks in the action showing up across eastern portions of Joe Davis County and then westward back into out towards Dubuque. But when I turn the radar off and I turn on the modeling data here, and we're going to get the latest view of our high resolution model, which is going to give us kind of that hour by hour look at what we can expect. Here's where we are at 8 o'clock. This was about 45 minutes ago. Here's the 9 o'clock picture, again, showing nicely that little break in the action showing up west of Dubuque. But watch what happens now as we step an hour forward to 10 o'clock. Yes, we get a little bit of a break, but more storms will begin to develop off to the west. And how they fill in just kind of remains to be seen. Now, should this pan out to be the case, this is probably a best case scenario for us here in northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin. It's more of a progressive departure of these storms, and that would mitigate the flash flooding concerns somewhat. It wouldn't bring them to an end because we still would have a good 2, 3, maybe 4 hours of rain, but it's at least a slightly more encouraging development, to say the very least. But as we go through the overnight hours and into early portions of our Friday morning, storms may attempt to lift back northward just a little bit, and there you see it starting to regenerate out across portions of Carroll County as we get closer to 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, also into Lee County, western Ogle County. And then as we step closer to 5 o'clock, another round of some heavier showers and thunderstorms may begin to lift closer to from I-88 to the US 20 corridor and could return then in toward the Rockford metro. So kind of some changes in the evolution of this. These are not necessarily negative changes. This is actually working a little bit to our advantage. Earlier on, the thought, and I gotta say, the fear was that we would have these storms backbuild and they would just continue to relentlessly go over the same area time and time and time again, as they've done for the past several hours. But this is at least somewhat of an improvement. We're going to have to take our small victories where we can get them, because victories have not been all that easily found here today, and what's been unfortunately a damaging day for many. We've got some major flood concerns, of course, reports of power outages across much of northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin. And the flooding and the damage associated with the storms is unfortunately forced the cancellation, not the postponement or not the delay, but the flat out cancellation of Alpine Kiwanis Brat Days. And that's just terrible to hear because we know how much good the Alpine Kiwanis does for the local community and how much so many organizations in the community rely on the money that's raised at such an amazing event here. So Alpine Kiwanis Brat Days not going to be happening this go around. Now, with that said, the weather would probably not have cooperated all that much, especially for the early going of the day tomorrow, with showers and thunderstorms likely to be, at least on a light basis, continuing through much of the region here through about mid to late morning. Then we get a little bit of a break in the action. Unfortunately, though, it does look like after that break, another round of showers and storms will attempt to develop in the afternoon, and then we'll see those start to race eastward. Problem tomorrow is that it's going to be hotter, it's going to be more humid, which means there's going to be more energy in the atmosphere, which could mean that these thunderstorms tomorrow could be even stronger than the ones that we saw here today. There'll be even more moisture in the atmosphere, so we could be talking about even more in the way of rainfall. So we are not out of the woods, even though the picture for the time being has improved somewhat. We are not out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination. We still have several more hours of rain ahead of us here tonight, and then we're going to be dealing with the flash flood concerns that could very well carry us into a good chunk of early tomorrow morning as well. Let's see if we can get the radar picture up here. I'm going to switch this over to the Chicago radar site, where we might be able to get a little bit more of that imagery in. Unfortunately, the radar does not seem to be cooperating, at least at this stage in the game. Let's put this one on here, and this should be able to give us a better indication. There you see just how expansive the rain field is across the region. Now, the good news is that the severe weather risk really does appear to be coming down. I think the worst of the severe weather threat is now behind us. Still, there could be some gusty winds. I don't really think we have to deal with hail from this point forward. But some heavier rains, flash flood concerns are going to be a possibility, if not a likelihood, for at least another few hours, at least until the midnight hour for folks in Winnebago County. There, if you notice as we zoom in, you see the word considerable stretching basically right along the Route 173 corridor. Considerable means that's the threat. So you have your garden variety flash flood warning, which is all the other warnings that you see outlined there in green. But the one that says considerable, that's like the next step up. That's kind of like almost like these other ones are kind of your level 1 flash flood warnings. Still to be taken very seriously, very serious situation. Considerable, that upgrades us almost to like a level 2, kind of a next level flash flood warning. Then you get a flash flood emergency. That's as high as you can go. Thankfully, we're not there, and I don't think we're going to get there. But anytime they say considerable threat, that means that there's already been significant flash flooding that has occurred and that more is on the way. The National Weather Service came out and told us that about 8:26 this evening that Doppler radar and automated rain gauges had indicated that thunderstorms had produced heavy rain already across much of Winnebago and Boone County. Additional public reports of flash flooding indicated that already in those parts of Winnebago and Boone County, so that's Rockton, Roscoe's, McChesney Park, Loves Park, Poplar Grove, Capron, Caledonia, 2 to 5 inches of rain. That's a lot of rain that came in a very short amount of time. And additional rainfall could still come, another 2 inches of rain could still come from this point in time. So significant flash flooding. We're also going to see some rises on the rivers here as well. So rapid onset, significant flooding of creeks, streams, drainage ditches, low-lying areas. If there are poor drainage areas, those are all a concern. Widespread street and underpass flooding, also a concern. And unfortunately, basements, those too may become flooded as well. So Rockford, Loves Park, McChesney Park, Roscoe rocked in South Beloit. Maybe not so much South Beloit, but Roscoe rocked, and then heading into Boone County, Poplar Grove, Candlewick Lake, um, and then westward out towards Pecatonica and Durand. So just to give you an idea of some of the areas that are most at risk or have seen the biggest impacts from the flash flooding up until this point in time. But again, no severe weather right now, no severe thunderstorm warnings. We will keep a close eye on the radar. We'll keep a close eye on the flooding situation. If we need to come back on here on YouTube Live, we certainly will. If you're joining us from Facebook, just know that you are actually watching this live video on YouTube. You want to get these YouTube live videos because right now YouTube is the only place we can do live broadcasts. Facebook has not given us the ability to do that just yet. We still got to wait a month until we'll have that capability. That's coming, but that's about a month down the road. So make sure you hit subscribe just to the just below and to the left of this video here. Subscribe to the Mark Henderson Weather Hub YouTube channel. Get the notifications here. Anytime we go live, you get a notification to your computer, your phone, your email, however you want that set up. We'll get you taken care of so that whenever we do go live in breaking weather scenarios like this, you will know immediately. You won't miss a minute. So make sure you subscribe and set up for the notifications to receive the notifications anytime either live videos or pre-recorded videos are published here. That, knock on wood, will be the last live broadcast that we need to do here tonight, assuming that the situation doesn't elevate any further. So I hope everybody stays safe, and just be on a lookout here, because tomorrow we could have a repeat performance, which could be every bit as significant, if not even maybe more significant than what we've already seen here today. All right, folks, keep your eyes to the skies, and we'll see you here again on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever you join us. We'll hope to see you again real soon. Take